Championship of the world as Bad Brad Hefton defends against Tom the Terminator Hall. Joe Corley and I were at ringside.
Challenger Tom Hall. He earned his shot at the crown by handily beating former heavyweight champion Joe Louis. Louis coming out of retirement and looking like he might be the one in line for the recapturing of his crown. But as we see here, action from round two. This is when Hall cut Joe Louis badly. It took 17 stitches above the left eye, 8 stitches under the right eye to patch up the punishment we see being taken by Joe Louis here. Action from round four. A good combination attack by Hall. Watch the round kick to the body. A punishing body attack got Louis to drop the arms so that Hall could go up above. In round six, more of the same aggressive power, not letting Louis off the hook. Louis peering up once in a while, but generally covering up from the action, the attack that Hall put forward. Hall finishing strong in the seventh and final round. This battle earning him the right to face this man, Brad Hefton. Hefton, the number one contender, 19 wins, knockout power in both his hands and his feet. Hefton says he's strong right now. He wants to parlay the championship of the world into a movie career and be an active champion. Is Hefton a Rockford favorite? Well, listen there. That's what happens when he stepped into the ring that night at his challenger. This is what he had to look forward to. Well, that crowd support spurred Hefton on as he climbed all over Steve Valencia in this particular bout. Punishing combinations, setting up some fine active kick work. Valencia losing his energy. You see his flexibility is almost gone right there, trying to lift his leg for a kick and couldn't get it up. Hefton on the attack, goes up above. Very aggressive fighter. Caught Valencia leaning down, brings the kick from underneath. There's one to the solar plexus, and you see the effect as he puts the gloves down. The final moments of the fight that moved him obviously closer to tonight's World Heavyweight Championship. Along with Joe Corley, we can barely hear ourselves think. Hefton just came into the ring, and the crowd is just going crazy, Joe Corley. What a sight to behold here in Rockford, Illinois. Now, you've heard of all kinds of ratings throughout the years, the Nielsen ratings and so forth. We're going to turn to the Corley ratings right now and see what Joe thinks about the various segments of this fight. Joe Corley.
In punching power, I gave the nod to Tom Hall there. Kicking power obviously goes to Brad Hefton, one of the best kickers in the sport. Strategy in their fights to date, Hefton has shown more strategy with the exception of Hall's last. Effectiveness, Hefton has been the more effective fighter, knocking out more opponents. Corner work, I've got it dead even with Glenn Keeney going against John Monzak tonight.
Now, Joe, we've all heard of teams winning on paper, but what do you think about the outcome of the bout itself? What about the strategy of this evening? Is it that lopsided as it would look like on paper?
Even though it appeared there that I would give the nod to Hefton, I'm calling this a 51, a 49. It could go either way, depending. We've got a hometown factor to consider here. We see Anthony Elmore, super heavyweight champion of the world, in the ring. But this fight could go either way. You got a hometown advantage to consider, and you've also got the fact that Tom Hall is coming off this win. You've got Brad Hefton, who has not been able to spar much because his jaw was broken.
That'll be interesting to see if psychologically, when things get tough, can Hefton be as courageous as he was when that jaw was broken in the last meeting.
They said that they expected Tom Hall might try to be more aggressive now that he's got the confidence under his belt, but Hefton told me that he thought that when Hall runs into something, he'll back off.
Hefton told me that he did not do much sparring, but he feels much stronger coming into the ring. Let's go inside the ring now to Mike Marino.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our featured attraction. This next bout is scheduled for 12 rounds and is for the Professional Karate Association Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing in the blue corner, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, with a record of 13 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. He's 23 years old, 6 feet to 192 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Hall! Tommy Hall!
Let's get it up, baby. Let's go.
And in the red corner,
Sure.
from Rockford, Illinois, 23 years old, 19-1-1, 6 feet 4 inches tall, 194 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Hefton!
There's a great amount of intensity, not only with the fans, Joe Corley, but also the fighters themselves. The PKA World Heavyweight Championship from Metro Center in Rockford, Illinois.
Make sure you only hit with the padded part of the glove. Kicks above the
Bob
belt and
Yardell,
strong.
let's
Not
listen to his
use the rope
instruction.
Hold on to the fight or to the pin. When you go to a neutral corner, stay there until I call you out if I send you there. Let's have a good fight, man.
And we're privileged to have with us Joe Corley throughout this battle. Anthony Elmore, who gave these two the opportunity really to fill a vacant title. Anthony, how you feeling?
I'm feeling just great. I am so excited about the growth and development of the heavyweight division. And I want to let these guys know that I am of such weight that I can fight in both divisions. So both of these guys will be seeing me.
There you have it. We'll have Anthony's comments throughout the fight. We're ready for round one. Hall and Hefton. Hefton starting out with the kicks. Now goes up top.
Tom Hall looking determined, looking gutsy determined, knowing that he's fighting in front of his hometown of Brad Hefton. Glenn Keeney shielding him in the corner when the crowd was screaming for Brad Hefton.
Hall does have a section of fans that are all his, but they're very hard to hear. Hefton staying out of the corners. Hall with some powerful punching, and Hefton knows it. Hefton with great foot technique. Likes to set the feet up and then go to the hands, he told me before the fight.
Remember, on February 26th, a scant 3 months ago, Tom Hall broke Brad Hefton's jaw. Brad Hefton won that fight.
And a close one it was. Well, we certainly anticipate the same type of action here tonight. Close all the way. Both fighters experienced, both looking in, waiting for their chance. Hall getting a pretty good kick at time to the solar plexus. Goes underneath the ribs that time.
Some redness right around the right eye of Brad Hefton. Hefton, one of the more effective, one of the more powerful kickers in PKA karate, is running into a lot of Tom Hall blocks with his punches. Anthony Elmore, what do you see in Tom Hall's face tonight?
I see a look of determination. Brad Hefton is not making Tom Hall respect him. You've got to make the man respect you, and Tom Hall is taking the play away from Brad Hefton.
Good combination that time by Hall. Hefton got a kick, but a combination by Hall brings him out of it. What a first round. A great way to start. There's the bell that ends round one.
It on this kind of notice.
I would not think so. I would have to be prepared if I'm going to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world. But sometimes you got to go do what you got to do, and so you can't make excuses.
The opportunity came. You gave him the opportunity.
Right. So that shows.
9 seconds remaining in the second round. Nothing but electricity here in the Metro Center as we end the round. Both fighters coming into this fight in great shape. Both believe they can have a knockout out of it. And they both respect each other.
I'm seeing a pattern here. Brad Hefton is not settling down. He's not throwing punches with authority.
Hall with that very look of determination. Hefton not quite as determined as he looked like when he first came into the ring. Joe Corley, how do you have it scored on your card?
I gave the last round to Hall 10-9. I've got him leading by 1 point at this point.
A nice back kick that time, an accommodation. He's doing what his corner told him to do. Put it together.
They told him that they did not want him throwing one punch and stopping. They wanted to see more than one technique from him.
Nice kick under the ribs by both fighters. Hefton covers up now. Hefton took a combination. A good left hand.
In their last fight, Tom Hall gave away the first 4 rounds before he started coming back.
He certainly has it now. He's got the momentum with him, and he's doing a job.
Solid shots by Hall.
Brad Hefton is making a big mistake standing in Tom Hall's face. He should use lateral movement, use his jab, and fight the man to the outside. If he continues to stay on the rope, he's going to get clobbered. He should fight him to the outside.
The front kick momentarily keeping Hall off, but Hall bores in. A right hand to the head by Hall.
Good shot now by Hefton.
Hefton bringing the crowd alive. Both fine jabs and a follow-up with a right hand by Hall. Nice kick on the break.
Brad Hefton definitely, as Anthony Elmore said, should not be back against the ropes trying to cover up. Hall's coming in there with the uppercut.
See, he's staying right in center ring. He's staying right there. He let the man take the play away from him. He should control the man. He should think more. Hefton is fighting Hall's fight.
He blocked that blow to the body. And there's the bell that ends the round. What a great fight from Rockford, Illinois. Great rounds of slugging and kicking. Round number 4 underway. Hefton with a spinning back kick, but Hall blocked it up nicely.
He used both his leg and his hands to block that kick, picked his knee up, took a lot of it on the legs.
Good, hard kicking now. Joe Corley, how do you score it?
I had the last round even, so I've only got Hall up by 1 point, still 30-29.
Hall that time got a very effective right leg kick in underneath on the ribs. That can take a toll throughout the fight, Anthony.
As you know, Tom Hall is methodical. He's purposeful. Brad Hefton is reacting instead of acting.
Hefton with a combination, but he didn't follow up. Spinning back fist, ineffective. Hit on the arms. Hall finally gets out of the corner. Unscathed, really, despite the power that was being thrown.
Hall very effective with his kicks. You know, in 3 rounds, he's thrown 1 more kick than Brad Hefton, 33 to Hefton's 32. And Hall is blasting the body kicks in. He's getting them in. Joe Louis took most of them on the arm. A lot of them are sneaking under Hefton's arm.
World Championship fight scheduled for 12 rounds. Right now, 2 fighters that are really going at it. A good kick by Hefton. Hall, though, just burrows in on it.
Anthony Elmore, the fight seems to be even at a distance with Hall winning it inside.
Well, that's what I said earlier. Brad Hefton must stay on the outside if he expects to win this fight. Tom Hall is too methodical, too personal, too good of an inside fighter. This is Tom Hall's fight right here.
Hefton covering up. Hall not going to the body when he covers up.
Powerful back leg round kick by Hefton moved 194 pounds of Tom Hall.
Notice how Tom Hall is open for a jab. See, Brad Hefton won't throw a jab.
Got a good left hand in that time, Anthony Elmore. There's the bell. That ends another great round. Oh, I tell you, this crowd is really enjoying it. Slow motion action, Joe Corley.
He was telling Hefton to set the kicks up. There you saw Hall causing that kick to miss him. It doesn't seem to me like Brad Hefton is keying in on what Monzak is telling him there in the corner. He still doesn't seem to have his focus down. We know Brad Hefton's in shape, though. He could go 12 rounds like this.
And the question might come up fairly soon about the conditioning of Tom Hall. How do we have it scored unofficially?
Well, I had to call the last round dead even again, so I've got Hall up 1 point, 40-39.
Nice effective block, but no follow-up by Hall as he had Hefton's hands dropping down to block the kick. He's got to put it together.
I wonder what Glenn Keeney is pulling out of Tom Hall in the corner now.
That kick got in nicely underneath the elbow of Hefton. Oh, the tremendous shape of these athletes showing up right now. The flexibility and the ability to get up high. Hefton getting a nice shot in that time.
Hall is not flipping those kicks out. Boy, he is blasting them in there. The crowd goes crazy when Hefton throws a kick up, even when Hall blocks it.
Oh, it's amazing me right now, the power that both people are getting in. Hefton got the jab across. He got a left hand across, and Hall comes back with a good right hand. An uppercut right. Hefton not backing up. Hall looks like he was stunned a little bit. Both fighters now regaining their composure.
Hefton blasts those back leg kicks to the head, Anthony Elmore, but Hall's blocking them.
Hall is fighting a set pattern. Brad Hefton should do something to break that pattern.
Spinning back fist that was really wild. Spinning back kick that did not land.
He should use his left jab.
There's the bell that ends the round. And let's check some of the replay action.
It was give and take the whole round. Hefton would land something, Hall would come back and land something. Hall was winning on the inside, but in cases like that, Hefton was able to sneak through. Anthony Elmore, is this going to go in the final rounds, you think?
I think that what's going to happen is Tom Hall is continuing to build up momentum. He's fighting the fight he wants to fight. He's got a set pattern, and that's what he's doing.
Round number 6 underway. Joe Corley still about a 1-point fight.
Spinning back kicked in by Brad Hefton. Glanced off Hall's face, didn't hurt him, but the crowd went berserk.
And Hall came back effectively, backing him off. How do you have it scored, Joe?
I had a dead even round again. I've still got Hall up by only 1.4 rounds even. Hall winning one of the rounds.
Oh, what a great way to have a heavyweight championship.
If I was judging the fight and not having to talk at the same time, I might have it scored differently, but I have not seen either guy just take it away from the other one yet.
Notice how Brad is staying to the inside. He got to keep Hall to the outside. Hall is a stronger fighter to the inside.
Hall evidently now also goes to the body when Hefton brings his arms up, which has been an effective move inside.
See, Brad Hefton should circle to his right. If he would circle to his right, he would get out of the way of the right hand, and he could hit Tom Hall with the right.
Hall getting a couple from the body himself and a front kick. Hefton, for the first time, very effectively on a combination to the body right now. Hefton tried to key off and didn't really hit solidly.
Anthony Elmore, this is a give and take fight as I've ever seen.
The rib section and the lower portion of the body of Hefton is just pure red from all the kicks and the pounding to the body. Spinning back kick that was blocked by the arms of Hall. 10 seconds remaining now. 7 seconds. And a great ending to another fine round for the heavyweight championship.
It's in there. Hall took a solid front kick into the body. Hall came back and did the same thing to Brad Hefton. Just give and take all the way.
Here we go with round number 7, and the score is still close. I don't see how you could call it and announce at the same time, Joe, but why don't you give it a shot?
It's almost impossible. I've still got Hall up by that 1-point margin. Every time I think one guy's going to take something away, the other guy comes right back with it. They're only 1 kick apart. Hefton's thrown 64 kicks. Hall has thrown 63. Anthony.
Hefton was beginning to circle to his right. That's when he's most effective. He circled to his right, then he could stay out of the way of that right hand of Tom Hall.
It appears he likes to kick with the left foot, though, Anthony, and he uses that right one for leverage.
Nice round kicked in by Hall, right on Hefton's glove.
See, if he go to his left, he's going to get caught with that right hand.
We saw Tom Hall against Joe Louis landing powerful right hands even in close.
Good body shot that time by Hefton. That takes its toll. A right hand that's stuck between the gloves of Hall.
I saw Joe Louis yesterday. He told me that he thought this fight might be decided by the conditioning. Joe Louis saw their last fight. He said that Brad Hefton was in better shape last time, and it could mean the difference this time.
Hall letting Hefton come at him. He wants to stay in close. Hefton content with going with the hands right now. He's got the crowd to spur him on. Oh, taking a combination. He's hurt.
Beautiful technique.
Hefton sensing that he could possibly win a big one right here. There's the bell. Hefton taking some momentum right now as we go back to his corner. Well, I'd love to hear what they have to say now.
You gotta get that.
As Hall walked into a combination, Joe Corey, here's the flurry.
Hall off balance after that right hand. Hefton right there to capitalize on it. Hefton capitalized with a 4-punch combination, backing Hall up for the next 5 to 6 seconds.
A left, right, left, and then a very good front kick.
Bad news for Tom Hall. He only kicked 7 times in this last round. That's going to cost him a precious point. If he doesn't get 8, he loses a point on each judge's scorecard.
And you heard the psychology in the corner. How'd you score it, Joe Corley?
I had it 69-69 before that point, but now Hall has lost a point. 69-68, I'd have it for Hefton right now.
I was talking about the psychology of the corner. Hefton's handler is saying, you want this? Do you really want it? He tried to get him fired up. And after 7 grueling rounds, we still see both fighters going at it.
Hefton appears to have the better conditioning to me.
Good jabbing, good left hand. Hall's punches not with the sting quite yet that he had earlier in the fight, it appears to me.
Hefton looks more confident now, Anthony Elmore.
And Tom Hall is not coming in as much. See, as long as Hefton stays, keep the man to the outside, he can win this fight.
Would that be a matter of conditioning right now, not wanting to go in?
Well, Tom Hall is set. That's the way he's trained to come in and stay on top of him. And as long as Brad Hefton wins, stays to the outside, he can win. If he stays to the inside, Tom Hall will beat him.
Hefton trying to get that right hand, and it was fairly well blocked.
The corners right here, that's Tom Hall's territory. That's Tom Hall's fight right now.
And Hefton is content with just covering up and staying there.
He should just stay to the outside.
Good combination now. He snuck a right hand in on Hall. Tried to set him up, but he missed with a spinning back kick.
Beautiful technique is showing that Brad is coming with a lot more confidence.
And it looks like conditioning there. You can register a conditioning of a fighter.
You see Hall move backwards just then. That's respect. Make the man respect you.
The comments of Anthony Elmore, the super heavyweight champion, watching this heavyweight championship fight from Rockford, Illinois. Round number 9.
Same thing Anthony Elmore was saying here at ringside. At the last round, did even again, but I've got Hefton up by 1 point now because of the point that Hall lost, 79-78.
Notice how Hefton is coming forward. He got to bag the man up. See, he's stalking a little bit, stalking and jabbing him. That's where he can beat the man, right there. If he bags up, see, right there, bag him up. Get off first. See, Hefton is getting off first, and he can take the play with from Tom Hall. See, getting off first.
Good combination after blocking with the arms, Anthony.
Right. Lateral movement, getting off first. That gives Hefton the advantage. If Hall stays on it, Hall got the advantage.
Good observation. When Hefton is throwing the initial technique, Hall staying out and giving him the distance.
Hefton with a good front kick.
Now, right here in the corner, that's Hall's fight. Right now. Right now. If Hefton has a circle.
Tom Hall is going to have to I guess in the last round he made up his minimum kicks, no problem.
Hefton, whose face was puffed earlier in the fight, has protected it fairly well. And now looks very strong. Both fighters going at it now. Hefton with a combination of the front kick. Hefton's in that corner. Hefton needs some kicks.
Hall acts like he might have been resting the last round. He seems to have his strength back, his energy back this round.
His corner calling him for kick. He's got a spinning back kick. He needs another kick, though. He needs 2 more. Only 16 seconds. Will he get him in? He needs 1 more. 10 seconds to go.
Well, Brad Hefton has right now 8 minimum kicks up that he's thrown in this round. He's okay.
Oh, a left hand, a right. There's the bell. Bob Yarnell could not hear the bell. We'll be back with more PKA Karate. Grit. I think his handlers told him he's behind. He's going to have to go after it.
Glenn Keeney told him exactly that. He told him if he didn't get real mean, he was going to lose this fight.
Spinning back fist by Hefton. How do you have it scored, Joe?
I've got Hefton up by 2 points now, 89-87 at the end of 9 rounds.
If anybody should gain an advantage. Hefton back there in the corner now. But Hall really not taking advantage of it like he was.
Hall is scoring with those uppercuts inside.
Spinning back kick that missed. Hefton tried to follow up but couldn't. Hall wants him in that corner. Wants him against the ropes. Can he take advantage of it?
Good left jab done by Hall. Anthony Elmore.
Oh, finally deciding I got to go to the body because Hefton's covering up too much. A left hand by Hefton. Hit the mark.
Hall wants to stay close. He wants to get inside.
A right hand by Hall.
This thus far is Tom Hall's round all the way. Glenn Keeney told him to get mean in that corner.
There you see the time remaining, 27 seconds. Spinning back fist. It was a good one too, Joe.
That was his only blow this round thus far. Hefton good side kicks into the body.
Hall needs a flurry right now to seal this round off. Doesn't look like he has it in him. 7 seconds remaining.
We saw Hall tire as the round wore on.
There's the bell that ends the round. Now's the time you have to reach back. Both fighters right now reaching back and looking in the corner now of Tom Hall. Let's listen in.
Your fight. 2 more rounds. 2 more rounds. Straight right, underneath. Get your kicks in early. See if they can come. Now relax a minute.
Tighten up on him and take that away from him, okay? Tighten up on him and take his weapon away. Kicking is his weapon.
Maybe we go to the other corner,
Okay,
just
now we're
briefly.
Now we're ready.
There you see him relaxing. Let's see what the other corner's talking about. He's asking Hefton, you got to get in there and get more aggressive now. He is steaming him up psychology-wise, while the other corner is trying to make his fighter relax a little more. Hefton had his spinning back kick blocked by the arms of Hall. Hall with a combination against the ropes. That's where he wants it. A good round kick under the elbow.
If you're scoring at home, what you have to realize is the Hefton kick missed. The Hall punches landed. I've got Hall down by 1 point now, 97-98.
And we're in round number 11 in a scheduled 12-round World Heavyweight Championship fight. 2 good kicks by Hefton that time.
Tom Hall has kicked 103 times. Brad Hefton 99 times.
A left and right combination. Good thing Hall kept his eyes open on the right because he just moved just in time to make it a grazing blow.
Anthony Elmore, how do you see it shaping up?
I see Hall getting stronger, more determined.
All much more determined in this round, according to Anthony.
Brad Hefton's going to have to get off the ropes. He's going to keep Tom Hall in center ring. You can't beat him on the ropes.
Remember, the fighters can't just keep each other against the ropes like they could in boxing because they've got to kick 8 hard times every round.
A grazing combination by Hefton that time. Had no real sting to the power. Both fighters with their kicks in now. Let's see what the conditioning will call for here in the waning moments.
Fight right here. Hall is on him.
Oh, a combination though by Hefton. 21 seconds remaining in a round. Oh, a left hand that time. Heflin content now. Now he looks up at his target. All Heflin had to do would be to stay on the move. Hefton.
Brad Hefton landing the more effective combinations in this round.
There's the bell. That ends round number 11. We go to the near the breaking point, I'm sure, of conditioning right now. Let's look at the replay of the action now, Joe Corley. Anthony, you might suggest too.
Anthony, what are we seeing here?
Well, I'm seeing Brad Hefton digging down, reaching back. He said, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to lay down. Tom Hall comes back.
Way out, Brad. What do you want to do? Yeah. Go out there and do it. Fire up now. All the way. All the way now. Listen, I mean,
John Bonsack.
Now. Come on.
This
all the way now.
This fight could be won in this round.
Hard as you can. You work your uppercuts now. Work them chicks hard now.
Look at Hall. Look at Hall's face. Both fighters wanting this in a worse way. And it's coming down to the last round, round number 12. The crowd is going crazy. Joe Corley.
I have Hefton up by 2, 108-106. But that's unofficial. This fight could be won in this round.
Uppercut. Hefton's got to stay off the ropes if he wants to take the round. But he's content with bouncing them off. How much Hall has left, we'll see right here in round 12.
Joe, we are seeing 2 gladiators out there.
Well said. Anthony Elmore says we're seeing 2 gladiators. These men have not slowed down from the beginning bell.
Hall that time connecting with the right and the left right above our microphones. Hefton has got to stay on the move. There's no doubt about it. Both fighters very tired, I'm sure, but they're putting it all out here in round 12. Good left hand that time by Hall. 33 seconds remaining. This fight's almost too close to call. The spinning back kick landed. Good side kick landing. The crowd is in a frenzy.
That 1 point that Tom Hall lost for that 1 kick that Anthony Elmore really hurt him in this fight.
Exactly right. You cannot make mistakes like that.
Brad Hefton with a good combination of right hand. And you can see the crowd going crazy back at ringside. There's the bell that ends the fight. What a great one.
A tremendous fight. Could have been won in that last round. Anthony Elmore, what do we see in Tom Hall? Did he give it his all or what?
I saw the last round as being a dead even round. That kick that he missed could affect his scoring right there.
It's in the judges' hands now, unofficially here. It could be either way. We'll be back right after this message with a decision.
We did it.
Gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Worley scores the fight, 117-116. Judge McNamara scores the fight, 117-116. Judge Rufus scores the fight, 117-116. Your winner by unanimous decision and new PKA World